Hi everyone. I hope your first section has finished your uh, exercise. So let us to talk about the second topic for today's course is if-else statements. So if-else statements, as the name it means, it may to make two decisions. One is for true and the other is for false. Okay, so for the if statements, if-else statements, so an if statement can be followed by an option else statement. So the else is option. Like the first example in our first class, we didn't use else statements because else statements is for false condition. Do you remember? For the if statement, it meets, it's true, it goes to the true statements. Otherwise, it will go to else statements. Which the else statement which we will execute when the Boolean expression is false. Is it clear? So right now, I'm talking about two statements. One is for true, the other is false. So let us check the syntax for if-else statements. So the syntax for the if-else statements is like this way. It will come with the keyword if with the Boolean expression to check the conditions. And you will go to two blocks. One statement here. The statements will execute if the Boolean expression is true. It's this one, true. If code. So we call if code. If it is true. And the other part is else. It will go to the statement will execute if the Boolean expression is false. It's not true. Okay, so let us copy this instruction also and go back to our R studios here. Okay, so you may to have some comments here for is this part is if else statements. If else statements. For the first section, we use here is if statements. Okay, so the first I would like to assign three characters, three strings to X. Which the three strings, the first one is what? The second string is is. The third string is true. Three strings. What does C means? It combination. So it creates three elements with a string into X. Okay, so let us Run these instructions. Run. So right now, X variable will be a character with 3 elements, which is what is true. 3 elements here. Okay, so let us try this one. So what is in this one? This function, it means is this true string is in R variables or not. So you may copy this instruction to check what is the statements for this one. So you got the result is false, right? So what does this mean? It means if this true with the big T is in X variables, the result is false. Why? So you will ask me why the result is false. You may ask, they are the same words, right? Truth. Here is truth, also truth. So what's the difference between these two strings? Don't forget, I have told you the R language is case sensitive. So the small t is different as big T. So they are different. So always keep in mind, our language is case sensitive. The big T true is not the same as small t truth. So the expression here, so we got the Berlin. The statement is false. So what does false mean? False means it will go to the else statement here and print this string. Truth is not found. Okay, so let us run this instruction. So we got the result. True with the big T is not found. It's not in our X variables. Do you find it? You may try the other one. You may, okay, so let us try a different if statements. If I change the big T with small t, so what happened? So the answer is, sorry, because it's small t, right? So let me change the big T also. Okay, so let us to run the if statements. So the answer is truth is found, right? So you know what is if statement and what is else statements mean. So okay, so if statements, if the result for the expression is true, it will run this part. This comments. If the expression is false, it will run else statements here. Okay, so let us try with the example in the first sections to check if it is integer or not. So let us copy the previous examples here to change from if statements to if else statements. Okay, since I have copied my first examples in the first section. Okay, so let me to do the same thing because okay, so if x is an integer, so it will print x is an integer. So otherwise, else, else, else. So try to type the source code by yourself, not just copy my R script file. Okay, so right now I am to write the else statements here. So if these statements become false, it will go to the element statements here, and I will print x is not an integer, right? Okay, so what type for the class x now? Don't forget x right now is not 30. Right now is a character. So okay, so x right now is a character. Okay, so let us check is integer x is true or not. It's false, right? It's obviously x is not an integer. X is a character. It's a string. So okay, so let us to run the if else statements here. So what is the result for these statements? Did you get the answers? Go to here or go to here? Okay, so I hope you chose the right answer because this expression is false. If the condition is false, it will go to the else condition here, statements here. It will print x is not an integer. Not an integer. Okay, so let us try again. Just copy this one to make more examples for you. Right now, I'm assigning y as 10 integer, and I will to check if y is integer or not. Okay, so you run the 70 lines here. You got a variable y here, and the content is 10. Is an integer, right? Doing the same way, we check the data type for y. So you will get the type y is an integer. So it's okay. So right now, y variable are integer. So you also can copy is integer to check is this statement is true or false. It definitely is true, right? Because y right now is integer 10. Okay, so what is the result for these statements? These if else statements. Okay, so let us run. So x is an integer, right? So I have made two examples for you. One is for true statements, which is if statements. And the other one is else statements, which is present the expression result is false. Okay, is it clear? So let us go back to our slides again. So when we are talking the second statements, which is if else statements, it still have a condition here to make a Boolean expression here. If the condition is true, it will go the right hand side to if code. If condition is false, not true, it will go down to the else code. And finally, it will go to the end of the if statements. Okay, so I left maybe 20 minutes for the break. So you have homework in class. For the homework in class, the first one, please exercise the if-else statements. So my question for the homework in class is, please to write a R-script file to test the cost, your code. If the test code is greater than or equal to 60 points, 60 分. So please show pass. If it less than 60 points, so print failed. So you failed the course. Okay, so I translate to Chinese. Okay, so here, so let me explain the source code here. So first I assign 59 to scope variables and check if scope is greater than or equal. So this one, it means greater or equal to here with a greater with equal. If score is greater or equal 60, so please print pass. I hope all of the students in this class will pass in the final exam. So otherwise, if your score is less than 60, so it will go to elements, the else statements here, print failed. It's obviously, so the score is less than 60, so the result is fail. So okay, so try to change the source code again to make your score as 89, and you run the instruction if else instruction again, so you get a pass. Because score right now is 89 is greater than 60. Okay. So let me run here for you. Okay, so you got the source code here. Maybe I don't have to give you the source code, the R script file. Please type by yourself. Okay, so let me clean our environments. Okay, just run. Score is 59. Failed. Score right now is 89. So you run this part of if else statements. So it passed, right? Okay, it's your turn. I left some times for your homework in class. So let me check if I have another homework in class in next sections. Oh no. Okay, so it's your turn.